Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Mutiara Zaskia Wijaya. My name is 33220039. Today I'm going to do my final project for cross-culture understanding. It is presentation. And this is the outline for today's presentation. The first is nonverbal communication, second is culture shock, and the last is case study. According to Pertiwi and Indriani 2025, nonverbal communication is a form of silent language used to deliver the message without using any words. It includes facial expression, eye touching, and tone of voice. This is the type of nonverbal communication. The first is facial expression. It shows emotions such as happiness, anger, and fear. And the second is gesture. It involves movement of hand, arms, or head, emphasize the compliment, or replace the verbal message. The third is eye contact. It shows attention, confidence, and help replace turn-taking in communication. Next is body movement. It shows attitudes such as openness, confidence, or defensiveness during the interaction. And next is paralanguage. It includes tone, pitch, and volume of voice, influence the meaning of spoken message. And last is proxemic. It refers to use of physical distance to express intimacy, formality, or social relationship. This is the two examples of nonverbal communication. The first is example of facial expression, such as smiling or frowning, are used to convey emotion like happiness, satisfaction, or disappointment without verbal explanation. The second example is gesture and body language. It's like hand gesture, hand movement, and posture are commonly used to express agreement, disagreement, confidence, or uncertainty in social interaction. This is culture shock. According to Nugroho and Mahreza 2023, culture shock is defined as an individual condition and feeling in facing different in social and cultural environment condition. People experience culture shock because they enter the new environment with different cultural backgrounds. This is the 4 unique stages of culture shock. According to Laura 2025, there's 4 stages. The first is honeymoon stage. This is the very first stage of culture shock. It's often overwhelmingly positive. At this stage, people seems like make the greatest decision ever. Second stage is frustration stage. This stage is the most difficult stage because the fatigue of not understanding gesture, sign, and the language set in and miscommunication may be happening. The third stage is the adjustment stage. At this stage, people start to become more acquainted and at ease with the culture, individuals, and language of unfamiliar surrounding. And the last is the acceptance stage. During this stage, people can gather the resources necessary to feel more comfortable. This is the 2 examples of culture shock. The first example is an exchange student studying abroad might experience culture shock due to difference in communication style, classroom interaction, and social norm, which can lead to feeling of isolation and academic stress during the adjustment period. And the second example is international students studying in Indonesia may face culture shock related to language barrier, local custom, food habit, and campus culture, which can influence their social integration and learning experience in the early stage of their stay. This is the first case study. I will answer the question. First question is, what type of stereotype is present in this case? My answer is, the stereotype portrayed in Chen Chen's case is positive, as it associates Chinese Indonesia with natural ability in mathematics and business, which are considered advantage. Second question is, what are the negative impact of the stereotype on Chen Chen? My answer is, the stereotype harmed Chen Chen emotionally by causing anxiety, self-doubt, and potentially leading to depression. Socially, it results in judgment, exclusion, and also she face heritage expectation that undervalue her personal. Third question is, are there any positive impact of the stereotype? My answer is, the stereotype that ethnic Chinese Indonesia excel in mathematics and business has a positive impact, such as opening up easier opportunity for business partnership, and this perception also acknowledge their historical contribution to the Indonesian retail economy. And last question is, what specific stereotype is highlighted in this case? My answer is, a specific stereotype highlighted in Chen Chen case is the assumption that ethnic Chinese Indonesia are naturally good at mathematics and business. The stereotype influenced the perception those around her, who assume that Chen Chen excel at mathematics and finance simply because of her ethnic background. The second case study is the summary based on the presentation given by Mr. Wilking and Mr. Aaron Fox. According to Mr. Aaron and Mr. King's presentation on language and communication, it can be understood that communication alone is not sufficient. Cultural understanding is also essential. For instance, as explained in their presentation, giving direct comment is a common practice in British culture and is usually intended as constructive feedback, while in Indonesia culture, such directness might be interpreted as criticism or negative remarks. Therefore, understanding other requires not only language proficiency but also cultural awareness to prevent miscommunication. This is the last case study and I will answer the question. First question is, how does this situation show that body language can lead to culture shock? And my answer is, Arman's situation illustrates culture shock because the raise hand gesture, which in Indonesia means stop, is interpreted as a friendly greeting in America. Arman felt confused by this cultural difference, which triggered uncertainty and fear of appearing rude when responding. This highlights that nonverbal gestures are prone to causing misunderstanding in cross-cultural communication without contextual understanding. The second question is, what cultural factors influence the meaning of body language in this case? And my answer is, cultural factors like Indonesia collectivist, high context norm, emphasize harmony and indirect signal to avoid conflicts, while in US individualistic, low context style that favor casual direct greetings. This case highlights how unshared cultural interpretation can lead to social discomfort, stressing the value of cross-cultural awareness. Third question is, what negative effect might this misunderstanding have on Arman's interaction with others? My answer is misunderstanding can spark embarrassment if Arman freeze or overreact, fostering anxiety about future encounters. This hesitation might cause miscommunication like unintended rudeness, eroding trust, and limiting friendship. Last question is, what problem-solving strategies can help Arman handle the situation? And my answer is, Arman can ask politely, like, is that a wave hello, to clarify intent without feeling awkward, and practicing cultural awareness through exposure or discussion to reduce hesitation over time. And this is the reference that I use for this presentation. I think that's all from my presentation. Thank you so much for the attention. See you in another project.